font, right? All right. That was the original orchestral overture to Godzilla by Akira Ikefube from 1954. Welcome to Kaiju Crazy, our 15th annual Halloween Movie Madness Party. We've been doing this in the Seattle area since 2001. We've performed live to scary, creepy, and just plain weird films from many eras since that time. And this year we're proud to share with you a genre known as Daikaiju, or giant monsters. Woo! Godzilla is big in more ways than one. Godzilla films are the #1 box office in Japanese history. They've been around for 51 years. There's over 30 Godzilla films, 28 in Japanese. And all the monster films since then, from Jurassic Park to Transformers to Pacific Rim, they all owe a debt to this genre of the king of monsters, Godzilla. Godzilla spun a whole genre of monsters, including Ultraman, Gamera, the giant flying turtle, Johnny Sacco and his giant robot, and we're going to enjoy all those films this evening. The giant monster genre is at times silly and also scary. It's something all generations can enjoy. This summer, my son Aaron and I, our videographer over there, got a chance to go to the 22nd annual G-Fest, the Godzilla Festival in Chicago. There were over 3,000 fans of this genre there that came to really share that. And the fact that our generation and their generation have seen these films is really cool. And I saw my first one at the Norwest Theater in Detroit in 1968 on a double feature. I still remember Monster Zero. Woo! Where's the theremin when I need it? Oh, well. There you go. So there's a huge resonance with Godzilla as an agent of power and change, a fierce but somehow sympathetic loner against the world who makes his own justice without malice but also without mercy. So tonight we're going to enjoy the full spectra of this genre, starting with what you just saw was the original Japanese classic, Gojira, from 1954. It was moved to America, but they decided American audiences needed a star, so they filmed Raymond Burr in a little room telling the story of how all this happened. So that was their idea of an American film, was they dubbed the film and put Raymond Burr at the beginning and the end. And that was Godzilla. And it was a huge hit, and that original orchestral score was live from Tokyo. So that's the first time the world saw the big green guy. And he's exciting enough, but in fact, after that, Godzilla always had another monster to battle. He had friends, family, he had children. Godzilla had a whole lifestyle going. And we're going to really enjoy the Rogues Gallery now, the top 31 Godzilla villains of all history. And we're going to show it over 3 segments. Here's our first segment. And of course, it wouldn't be a jazz show with Cascade Jazz without a little bit of a bebop head. So here is a little jingle written for the occasion tonight called Bopzilla. Bopzilla. Woo. All right, that's a fine ensemble here. I'd like to introduce Noel Barnes on saxophone. Give it to Noel. Yeah. Lloyd Chisholm on trumpet. Woo! Smoking it over there. Christian Hendrickson on marvelous bass solo. Christian, beautiful. He was bopping the Zilla. Brian Gamerick on drums. Yes, sir. Myself. Now we're going to bring up to the stage. What's that? The Bopzilla. Are you the Bopzilla? We're bringing one of our other Bopzillas up, and this is Kathy Roche-Zuko. She's going to sing a lovely song, and we're also going to be joined by a resident thereminist. People always want to know about the theremin. Can you give them a 1 second, 1 minute tutorial? Do we have theremin? Do we need theremin therapy? Thereminizing. Talk nice to it. Yeah, well, that's no good. Yeah. Well, you know, that's par for the course. It went out. Okay, well.
Jamie, just sit there and go,
you get the basic idea. All right, so the father of Godzilla was Eiji Tsuburaya. You don't say. Tsuburaya. Eiji Tsuburaya. Heaven Murgatroyd. He's the originator of special effects in Japan. He actually had worked in the industry in Japan for over 30 years before Godzilla was made. He was started out in the 19-teens doing special effects. He was stunned by the movie King Kong and managed to finagle a copy, brought over to Japan, and studied every frame of the film to figure out how they had done all the special effects. So he was a real master of special effects by the 50s. And he is responsible for all the marvelous miniatures and the little towns and the 200-pound suit that the guy had to wear that, you know, he could barely work for 20 minutes before he'd pass out. There's a lot that went into a Godzilla film, and Tsuburaya was really the father of that. And after the success of the Godzilla films, he decided to make a giant human. You know, and that would relate to people. So he created Ultraman. Hold on, I've got one here. He's hiding. Here's Ultraman. I got this in the Tokyo airport this year. It's still popular. You can still buy Ultraman, and he's pretty cool. And he was a huge hit with kids, right? A giant-sized man. He became a major pop culture phenomenon in Japan. He's still out there today, and spun off dozens of sequels. He's the father of who? The Power Rangers. This is the original Power Rangers, Ultraman, and so here's a whoop. He's very peppy. Got to keep him moving. So Ultraman is geared a little bit more for small children. So the monsters are kind of silly, and the battles are kind of like the World Wrestling Foundation, but it's still great fun. And we're going to play the original Ultraman theme. It's Oh So 60s, featuring Kathy Roche-Zuko, hamming it up on Ultraman.
Ultraman, Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman, watch our hero fly. In a super jet he comes from a billion miles away, from a distant planet land. Comes our hero, Ultraman. Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman, Ultraman, watch our hero fly. In a super jet he comes from a billion miles away, from a distant planet land. Comes our hero, Ultraman. Ultraman, Ultraman, here he comes from the sky. Ultraman, Ultraman, watch our hero fly. In a super jet he comes from a billion miles away, from a distant planet land. Comes our hero, Ultraman. Everybody. Ultraman,
Ultraman, here he comes through the sky.
Ultraman, Ultraman, watch our hero fly. In a super jet he comes from a billion miles away, from a distant planet land. Comes our hero, Ultraman.
They like that better than Bobzilla. You see, this is why this guy's been around for 50 years. My God. No theremin, eh?
Oh, I figured it out.
Oh, you figured it out?
Yeah. I did it to myself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. What do we do? I need some kind of a Wild World of Sports theme.
From around the world, bringing you the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. It's John Smay and the agony of his feet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's a really exciting afternoon. We're here to watch Ultraman battle. It's a big deal here.
Thank you, John.
It's a pleasure to work with you, Jamie.
It is.
I've been looking forward to it ever since you
have.
Yes, and let's do it now. Let's examine this.
All right, it's a beautiful day for a giant kaiju fight, and both these competitors have arrived.
Oh, there's Ultraman.
Large.
He's powering up, and there seems to be some strange.
Who
foreign,
is this?
I don't know.
It's
I
have never seen anything like this,
it's
John.
It's a Frillosaurus, I think,
What
is what it's
the
called. It's a
heck?
Frillosaurus. No, he apparently has bad breath.
Very bad breath.
Now he's giving that come thither look. The audience is just arriving, filling the stands.
Always arrive late.
Well, and now he's
Going
apparently
through the thing. I've never seen anything like this before,
there
John.
seems to be some kind. It seems to be a rock concert. I'm not sure what's happening.
Well, probably the Stones.
That's it. Well,
Okay.
yeah,
No,
wait.
no, that's
No.
not even.
No,
No, don't applaud that.
They're burning it up.
What? He's going to pull up. Look at this.
Oh,
One shot, two rocks.
He's showing he's got stones too. So there you go.
It's stones.
It's,
That's
no,
amazing.
but
Here
wait a
we
minute.
go.
Enough of that foreplay. We're getting into it now.
The
The famous
Get
head
back from
push. That's deadly.
The head push?
Yeah, you see, he's feeling good about himself and his
Oh, look
confidence.
at that. It's another
And
Keanu Reeves move there.
Yeah, and here he
He's
comes.
angry.
And you think he would have
Thrill
learned
in
the
the
first
face.
time. He didn't learn. No.
Thrill in the face.
No,
Again, John, what sort of monster is this? Because
some
I have
prehistoric
never
beast.
seen anything like this.
Well, neither have we.
before in my life.
And he
Although
seems to
that
have
does
a
ring
breath
bell.
problem. I'm not sure what that's all about. But he's proud of himself. He's feeling good.
Okay,
Here he comes
he
now.
moves there.
Wait, here comes. Oh my goodness!
My God.
My God!
It's Godzilla in disguise. What the heck
Oh,
has
it's
happened
one of
here?
those wrestling things with the mask. Oh, I get it. Wait, that looks pretty
I
bloody.
have never.
Wow, he had plastic surgery.
John,
Oh,
I am shocked.
Well,
I have
you
never
know.
been fooled like this
And
before.
now they're enacting some kind of a Toro thing. Here
Although
we go.
I do want to ask my wife about her aerobics instructor. I've got some questions now, I'll tell you.
Well, clearly Godzilla is not from the hood anymore. So
He's down.
no, and no, he's chewing. He's bark chewing mad, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, well they've had enough of that
chewing mad.
foolishness. Okay.
And the bleeding does seem to have stopped.
Well, that's
very
good. Oh, well, now it's a stare down. It's a stare up. They're moving over. They're moving to higher ground
He
here.
is stomping the foliage, John.
Okay, well that's his signature move.
And that's not a euphemism.
Waiting to
He
run.
is
Here he's going.
Actually,
Okay, well that's really impressive. Oh, he's stronger
down.
than he looks for a wiry little guy, isn't he? Well,
Got
no.
down twice.
Yeah, I think they were married shortly
I
after
guess it
this.
is
I'm not
MMA.
sure what
I
happened,
guess, Oh, okay.
I see. Well, wait, he's doing something. I don't know
I'm
what
just going to let them get on with this, John.
It must be rock and roll. I don't know. Here we go.
Now I'm uncomfortable.
They're back. They're
okay,
back.
We're back to fighting.
Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, here he comes. He did something. There was some kind of a hidden object. You know, one of those wrestling. He had something up. No, I think it's it's not a good sign. Some sort of hidden object.
Ew.
And 3, 2, 1.
Blam.
Okay, well, I think that's the end of round one.
KO in round one.
That's about it. Yep, that'd be the good eating right there.
A long panning shot
Okay, well,
of Godzilla painted.
There it is. Yeah.
There he is.
I don't know. Cooked for 8 years at 250 or something. I don't know. Oh, but you see what a gentleman he is. He wouldn't want the ceremonial refrilling.
Take you this piece of kale.
Yep,
and we shall say,
really impressive. And,
boom, into the air.
And we'll see you another time, Ultraman. Okay. Yay! Okay, well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was quite a battle.
Thank you, John.
All right. Ultraman. All right. I can't imagine why that's just for little kids. Here we go. I know. Ultraman. Well, okay. So how does Godzilla do his unusual roar? If you've ever heard it, he has a distinctive roar described in several comic books as "screonk." This was actually created by the composer Ikefube, who produced the sound by rubbing a pine tar resin glove on a contrabass, and then speeding down the playback. So Christian, if you ever need a gig doing Godzilla, just bring your resin glove and your tape recorder, and you'll be a Foley man for life. So, like Ultraman, the Godzilla's films became more and more youthful oriented and a little sillier. And one of the all-time classics is a battle with Ghidorah there, the three-headed monster, and always a favorite with the kids. Anything that has three. You don't say. That was me. You're still working on that, are you? I'm still working. Are we alive? Yeah. You're gonna. I don't need to play until after. Oh, you're not gonna play on this one? Oh, you're not going to do this one? Oh, this would be a good one. Yeah, this is Ghidorah. Makes theremin-like sounds. Yeah. You didn't. It was in the score. You didn't practice your Ghidorah? Yeah, do it, man. Yeah, okay, Ghidorah. Okay, well, anyways. So many monsters are fighting Ghidorah in this one. This is from a famous all-star battle film called Destroy All Monsters. So this is a pretty cool cut where Godzilla and all of his friends gang up on King Ghidorah, and the result is somewhat predictable. So we're going to play a beautiful jazz tune called Speak No Evil by Wayne Shorter. King Ghidorah. Just a little bit, if you can get it. If not, Thank you. Speak no evil. You see the big turnout we get for these things. Yes. You know what? We're doing it again on Friday at our church. It's kind of fun. Great rehearsal. Thank you for coming. We're doing well for rehearsal. All over the place. Okay, so the PowerPoint here. PowerPoint. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce our bon vivant raconteur and monster specialist, Jamie Gower.
You speak French. Hey. Thank you, John. So while Godzilla was being perfected, America was trying desperately to match him with a series of some bad science fiction movies featuring giant monsters of various kinds. And generally what we tended to take was small things and make them large. Now, the thing is, can we pop back on? The thing is that there are some things out there that are supposed to be small and actually are quite large. And so we're going to have the audience participation section. Yes, even the people in the front of the store are wondering what the heck is going on. It's your turn to participate.
Everybody's a winner.
Everybody's a winner. And we're going to do, is it a 1950s giant movie monster, or is it an actual living animal, which is horrifying in its own right? So let's present the first one, if we could have a click there. First one is the giant mantis, a giant praying mantis. Is it a 1950s movie monster or an actual actually living animal? Everybody's going actual animal here. Let's see. Can we have the next click? 1950s movie monster. And click again. We'll take a look at the. There it is. This was the day that engulfed the world in terror. I'm sure you all remember where you were on that day.
I was looking for a bucket of DDT.
Let's move on to the next one, please. The giant Gila monster. Actual or, and I'm going off of a cursory Wikipedia search as to whether or not there's anything that was actually
you spent literally minutes researching this.
I spent over 2 minutes. Yes, so we are definitely in double digits. Giant Gila monster, 50s movie monster. Let's click and find out. It is a movie monster. Let's see the poster for that one. There it is. You notice he is menacing a hot rod, because that was very in at the time.
I'm not challenging whether Kathy's actually seen a giant Gila monster.
Bluetooth
that may be the case.
Okay, let's move on. The giant cockroach. Everybody's happy about this one. Okay, is that an actual animal? Wait, what do we have? Actual animal, movie monster? Okay, let's take a look. It is an actual animal.
I went to college in Boston.
Let's see a picture of one. There it is.
Oh.
So that is a species that is known as the giant cockroach.
And that's a redwood stump provided for scale,
yes.
right? That's
it's a redwood. That is, yeah. It's a sequoia. So let's move on to the next one. The giant salamander. We have a very, very determined in the back there. Yes, although you can't tell by the highlighting here, that was an actual animal. Let's take a picture. Let's take a look at a picture of the giant salamander. Oh. Look at that. I believe they are about big. I wanted one of those when I was a kid so bad.
I had one.
You had one?
It was tiny though.
No, it's not. It's a giant.
You had the world's smallest giant salamander.
I see your point. The giant leech. The giant leech.
I don't want to know.
Prized in medicinal purposes. Yeah. 1950s movie monster or...
Is that a politician?
Actual animal. So let's take a look. What is it? It is a movie monster. I have seen all these movies, by the way. I saw Giant Leech, and I can't decide whether it was scary or depressing. I felt bad either
it's
way.
Actually one of the worst.
There it is, the giant leeches.
One of the worst films ever made. The leeches are these guys in like basically trash bags with a giant sucker stuck on their head.
Stuck right in the face.
They,
Crawling horror.
Yeah.
The giant shrew. This is one of my favorites, folks.
I'd hate to meet one of
those. The giant shrew. You know what a shrew is? It's a small mammal. So a giant shrew would be like a normal sized mammal. 1950s movie monster or a regular one. It is a movie monster. Let's take a look at the poster, which makes it look so much better than it was. The shrews for the long shots, whenever there was action, were dogs with rugs on them, basically. Dog toupees, which I did not know they had. The giant ant, 1950s movie monster or actual amaze. We have a very determined 1950s movie monster. Let's take a look. Yes, it is. Movie's monster. Let's take a look. Them.
Oh, yeah.
Them. Catch me during intermission, and I will tell you a soft R-rated story about watching the movie Them. There's cursing involved. The giant earthworm. The lowly. Hey, again, so who thinks it's a real thing? Sorry, we've got a real thing over here. Let's take it. No, we are not talking about Shahi Hulud from Dune. Thank you, though. Let's move on. It is an actual animal. There is a picture of one. Unfortunately, nothing to scale on it. I believe also these are in eastern Washington. They're in the Palouse. Yes, wherever the Palouse is.
I wouldn't want an earthworm in my Palouse.
The giant tarantula, as if it does. If it needs to be any bigger than it is. We've got a movie monster. Everyone's nodding to movie monster. Let's take a look. It is a movie monster. Can we see the poster?
All right. Oh,
Giant spider strikes, crawling terror. By the way, the first movie of what American icon? Leo G. What? Close, kind of. Clint Eastwood.
That's his first film, eh?
That was his first film. He played the absent-minded lab assistant and the fighter pilot that firebombs it at the end.
Wow.
Oh, God,
Steve McQueen was in the Blob.
Steve McQueen was it. That's right. Steve McQueen was the Blob. Giant earwig.
What's an earwig?
An earwig. They're the insects that have the gigantic pinchers on the back.
Oh, man, that sounds like a giant monster.
The giant earwig.
I find them in mailboxes all the time.
Oh, they're in
that's
well,
no
so
fun.
they're in, a professional
Those-
speaks
those-
from experience.
So, what do you guys think? You actual or?
I'm going with the mailman.
Yeah, exactly. Always trust a mailman on giant monsters. So let's take a look. Is it? It is an actual animal. Let's take a look at
gets
one.
8 points.
There it is.
Whoa.
From the island of St. Helena. Oh, the things you find out when you get into Wikipedia. Well, I got to say, you guys are pretty good at this. I am very impressed.
By the way, the pinchers on the male and female are different. The females are closer together. The males are like bullshit.
You have seen enough that you now know that you can sex them. I was attacked today by a female earwig. Yesterday it was. That's fantastic. So thank you all very much. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
We're going to finish our first set with a beautiful, loving song that you actually will all recognize, I believe. It's one special thing about Godzilla is that somehow, through all the destruction and all the mayhem, at the end of the day, he's not truly our enemy. He's just doing his job. In fact, to people everywhere, Godzilla, strangely enough, is seen as a friend, especially of children, and a guardian against evil who appears whenever the world is in peril. In many of the Godzilla films, some bad monster always shows up first, and somehow Godzilla gets wind of it and comes out from the bottom of the ocean or the inside of a mountain or what have you, and he saves everybody. So let's celebrate his friendship with baby Godzilla. Let's not even understand how that happened, but he's got a son, and he's got a lot of buddies on Monster Island that we saw from the King Ghidorah battle, and we're going to play a beautiful song from Toy Story, You've Got a Friend in Me. That's it, baby.
Yeah.
All right. Got a chart in me. I've got a chart in you. One, two, three, four.
You got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When the road still looks rough ahead and you're miles and miles from a nice warm bed, you just remember what your old pal said, 'cause you've got a friend in me, honey. Yeah, you got a friend in me. You got a pal in me. You've got a pal in me. You got your troubles, then I got 'em too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. We stick together, we can see it through, 'cause you've got a friend in me. Honey, you've got a friend in me. Now, some other folks might be a little smarter than I am, richer and taller too. But none of them could ever love you the way I do, 'cause it's me and you. And as the years go by, our friendship will never die. You're gonna see it's our destiny. You've got a friend in me. Honey, you've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. You got your troubles within, I got them too. There isn't anything I wouldn't do for you. You stick together and we'll see it through, 'cause you've got a friend in me. Darling, you've got a friend in me. Ooh.
Thank you very much. That was our first half. We're going to come back with music from Gamera and several Godzilla films, so stay tuned.